Hey everyone, this is Phil, and I just got a little hands-on with the newest camera from Lomography, the MC-A. So you might have seen that Lomography just came out with their newest camera, a surprisingly full-featured film compact with autofocus called the MC-A. And I got a quick hands-on with it, so let's go over the footage and I'll tell you my first impressions. If you want more of a full rundown of the specs of the MC-A, please go ahead and watch my friend Norby's video. He got some more time with it. He had for I think 2 days or so and was able to actually put some rolls of film through it. So he has much more of a feel of the actual functions and features of the camera. So my first impression of the MC-A was the body is a completely metal construction. It actually has much more heft than I thought. So it's actually a really good weight. Feels like a solid camera and doesn't feel plasticky at all. So the outer shell is completely metal with a really good feeling leatherette on it. The inside where you actually put the film in is all plastic. So compromises were definitely made, but I don't think that it's going to be a problem functionality wise. The prototype that I looked at was not fully finished, so it didn't have the final surface texturing. It just had some matte anodizing, which personally I don't mind at all, but apparently it's going to get some more modern texturing on the top plate. And then it was missing a few other features. So for example, it didn't have any indicators in the viewfinder, and it didn't have the indicator for the aperture as well. One interesting thing that I noticed when I asked about the aperture setting was that it's actually shown in real time on the little screen that's on the top plate. And it shows the aperture setting, the shutter setting when you change it. It has your number of frames that you have left on the roll. It will show your self-timer if you're using the self-timer. And it also has an indicator when you forget to wind the film on it. It's a multifunctional display that's on the top plate. And I really didn't expect that much functionality, and actually the design of it, the font looked good, really good as well. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. I was also pleasantly surprised that it is actually manual winding, so it doesn't have a winding motor, which I personally hate. I don't like what they sound like. I prefer to do it myself. So I was really pleased to see that Lomography included that winding lever on the side. So you can also do multiple exposures, and you also rewind the film manually. The MC-A does have a built-in flash, and the flash setting does reset if you turn off the camera and turn it back on. But to my surprise, this actually defaults to the off setting, not the on setting like most classic compacts would. So this is actually fairly easy to use, and I do prefer having that in the off mode because I tend to not use the flash as much. So of course it would be perfect if it just remembered the flash setting, but it defaults to off. So that's the preferred setting for me. It also has settings for first curtain shutter and second curtain shutter. So basically that means if you want to have the flash fire at the start of the exposure or at the end of the exposure, if you're doing some funky light painting tricks, then that will come in handy. The size of the MC-A is slightly bigger than some really compact cameras. I brought my Fuji Tiara and a Konica Big Mini to compare with it, and the MC-A was bigger than both of them, but it is smaller than the Konica XR-AF that my friend had with him, and I do believe it's a really good size. It's not overly compact, but it's still pocketable, I think. So it is kind of an in-between size. It's not super compact, but it's fairly compact. I think it's good enough. It will fit into a coat pocket, no problem. The design in itself kind of, I feel, reflects a little bit the DNA of the LCA. So it has that block in the center of the front of the camera that I don't love, but I don't hate it either. So I think it would look cleaner without that block, but it's understandable that they wanted to give it something characteristic or like instantly identifiable to identify it as a lomography camera. The zone focusing setting just presets the focus distance but doesn't actually pre-focus on it. So you actually have to half press the shutter to make it focus to the setting that you have already set, and then you go ahead and shoot your photo when you're ready. I don't love this. I would prefer if it just pre-focused to that setting once you set it with the slider on the side, but it is what it is. It'll work. What I also was pleasantly surprised by is that it does accept filters. So I do believe it comes with the one that was on it. There was a UV filter on it, and that is a 30.5 filter thread. So it's not a super common filter thread, but the friends from Lomography Japan were saying that they will actually make some filters from Lomography to fit on there. And I do believe these are stackable. It did look like the filter that was on it had some filter threads as well. The film loading mechanism works the same way as most vintage SLRs. So you just have to hook the leader in yourself, so it doesn't have any like rubber dials or anything that would catch the film. You actually have to hook it yourself, which is not an issue for me. I was asked about this, so I figured I'd let you know. I quite liked the feel and the look of the dials on top. So the on-off switch has 3 positions, so that's for the autofocus and the manual focus positions. And then you have a shutter speed dial and a exposure compensation dial, which I appreciate quite a lot because you can actually set the film speed yourself as well. So you can set the film speed and then you can, on top of that, punch in some exposure compensation. So that gives you quite a bit of latitude with how you want to expose your film. And the feel of the exposure compensation dial was really, really good. So it has a really good level of resistance for the clicks. The shutter speed dial had a little more play, but I was assured that that's because it's a prototype and it will be improved in the final version. And overall, the screen and the dials, the overall finish of the metal, then also the little latch that you use to open up the film chamber, those were already really, they felt really premium and high quality. So I was really surprised by this camera coming out from Lomography, especially when the previous camera that I got from them was the 110, which is much more bare bones and containing lots of compromises kind of camera. So I was really pleasantly surprised. So overall, I was really impressed with the Lomo MC-A. There's a few drawbacks. For example, that thing where it doesn't pre-focus on the focus distance. It doesn't save the flash setting, but as I mentioned, it is on the correct one for me. It also doesn't have a threaded film release, as Norby also mentioned in his video. So if you're looking to shoot really long exposures on a tripod, then it might not be the ideal camera for that. But then again, it is a film compact. It's a compact camera with autofocus, so not a lot of those had a threaded release to begin with. Would be cool if they did that via an app or something wirelessly, where you could just trigger it from your phone or whatever. I haven't heard anything to that respect, so I'm not sure that's going to be a possibility. But yeah, that is a drawback. Otherwise, I don't see any big issues with this camera. As I said, I haven't really tested it out much. I did get to shoot a little bit with a prototype lens for this camera. So this is actually a new lens. It's not the same Minotaur that was on the LCA cameras. It is a newly developed lens. So you can instantly tell that it has less vignetting if you look at the sample photos. And it's less kind of playful lens that Lomography is known to make. I was actually surprised by that. And it is much more high-end kind of lens and camera than you would expect from Lomography. So I was able to test out the prototype for this lens. I shot one roll of film through it, and those were done with a very janky lens that was in the housing of the original Minotaur with inserts for the aperture. So I'm not sure how representative it is of the actual finished camera, but I got some really nice shots out of it. I really like the lens, so I have high hopes that this camera will also perform the same way and perform really well. That's about it for my first impressions. As I said, I didn't get to thoroughly review it. I don't have the full grasp of all the specs yet, but I did and really enjoy the way the body is constructed. It felt solid. I do like that the battery that's in it is actually rechargeable as well. So that's a really good plus. And yeah, for people that are using a autofocus camera and want something fully featured with a flash, with the possibility to zone focus in advance as well, I think it's going to be a really good option. It's definitely one of the better ones of the new batch of film cameras that are coming out. And I'm really excited about it. I'm pretty sure I will get one. I'll just have to see if Lomography is willing to give me a discount on it. That would rock. As I said, I don't have really any affiliation with them or anything. They don't even know I'm making this video, but still, I do appreciate that they give me the hands-on and also the time with the prototype lens. So I would say I'm moderately biased. Yeah, I enjoyed playing with this thing, and I'm really looking forward to actually putting some rolls of film through it. What do you think? Are you looking to buy one of these? Do you have any questions that I might be able to help you with? Just drop me some comments. I'll be looking forward to that. And I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again.